Hi guys, today we are going to be creating an apple basket using some of the techniques that we have practiced. So you need your glue, your scissors, either crayons or markers, a cool colored paper for your background, or you can just color a paper with a cool color, and a couple sheets of white paper. To start, I'm going to take one white paper and I'm going to draw 5 or 6 apples. So I do that with 2 C shapes, one forward and one backward, and then a little rectangle stem and a couple curved lines for a leaf. And do that maybe 5 or 6 times. Make some different apples. It's okay if they're lumpy or wonky, most apples are. Now I'm going to use my warm colors that we learned about, so red, orange, and yellow. And I'm going to color my apples. Now I know most apples aren't orange, but I'm going to color one orange anyway, just so that I have my warm colors. Do a couple red ones and a couple yellow ones. Then I'm going to set my apples aside and I'm going to use my other white paper and I'm going to draw a basket. So I'm going to start with a big flat bottomed wide U shape. And I don't want to make it as tall as the paper. I want to make it a little bit shorter. Then I'm going to add a rectangle shape on the top for the rim of the basket. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a woven texture as well, just with some diagonal lines. Now I'm going to do a rubbing. So I'm going to practice my rubbing skills that I learned. And I'm going to put it on a wooden surface. You can do this on any surface you find that's interesting, that you think will give you a good basket texture. And I peeled half of the paper off on my brown crayon. And I am just going to rub all over so that I pick up that wooden texture. Then I need to cut that out also. Now we need to cut out our apples. When I cut my apples, I like to cut them apart from each other before I cut all of the white off. I'm just going to cut one, and then presto, there's all of my apples all cut out. Now I can start to put everything together. So first I need my background, and when I like to use green because it reminds me of grass. You could add details to it if you'd like. Then I'm going to glue just the bottom of my basket in place first, just the bottom. And I'm going to put it towards the bottom of my paper so that I have room to add my apples. Now, since the top of the basket isn't glued yet, I can slide my apples into place and find an arrangement that I like. Something like that. Now I'm going to hold the top of my basket and my apples in place while I sneak some glue underneath all of my apples to hold them in place. It doesn't take very much. If it's easier for you to take your apples out and glue them one at a time into place, that's fine as well. Whatever works best for you to get those apples where you want them. And then the last thing I need to do is glue the top of my basket. All right, my friends, I hope you all enjoyed making a fall apple basket with some techniques that we have learned.